Okay, so we go over variation. And the question that we have says, given that z varies directly as x and inversely as the square of y, and that z is equals to 3 when x is equals to 8 and y is equals to 4. We first of all have to find the value of k, which is the constant of variation in this case. All right. So from the information that we have is that our z varies directly as x and inversely as the square of y. Okay, so which means it's y square. So we really need to understand what it means by the square of y, because there's a difference between square root of y and square of y. Square root of y is like that. Okay, square root of y is like that, then the square of y is like that. Okay, so uh, that this is the information that we have, and we basically have a k here, right? Okay, which is the constant of variation, and that is first of all that we have to find. So it's more like we have to make k the subject of the formula, so of which we know there is a 1 here. Okay, we do the multiplication, so we're going to have our k will be equals to z multiplied by y squared divide by x, like that. So we have been given that for us to find the constant of radiation, what we need to do is that the information that we need to use for z, y, and x, we need to get it from what? From the question, which is this part, and that part. All right. So we have been told that our z is 3, then our y is 4, so it's a 4 squared. Divide by our x, which is 8, like that. So we have our 3 multiplied by 16, because the square of 4 is 16. Divide by 8. Okay, so you need to say 8, so 8 into 8 is 1, 8 into 16 is 2, so we just end up getting what? We just end up getting a 6. So the constant of variation, which in this case is k, is equals to 6. Okay, so that's how basically you get the constant of variation. So now we go to the next step, and it's very important that we find the correct figure for the constant of variation, because it's going to affect all the calculations that we are going to perform from now on, which is from b and c. Okay, so we still know that our z is equals to our k multiplied by um, our x divided by our y squared. Okay, so now from b we are saying we need to find the value of z when x is equals to 18 and y is equals to 3. So we have what we see here is that our x and y have been given, and we have our k, so we need to find what our z is. So our k is 6 multiplied by our x, in this case is 18, divide by our y is 3, then 3 squared is 9. Okay, so it's very important that you don't try to complicate things for yourself. Try to make things easy for yourself as you do the calculations. Of course, maybe you might be allowed to use a calculator, but you'd want to be a bit faster. Yeah, so we know to say 9 into 9 is 1, 9 into 18 is 2, so meaning our z is equals to 6 multiplied by 2, which is a 12. So in this case our z is equals to a 12. All right, so going to the last part, um, we need to find the value of y when x and z has been given, and our x is 30, our z is 5. Okay, so we still have our z is equals to our k, we have our x divided by y squared. So here we are finding what y is, so we need to make y the subject of the formula. So we do the cross multiplication. What you're going to have is y squared is equals to kx divide by z, and what you're looking for is y, not y squared. So you need to introduce the square root like that and like that. So that goes and that goes. So what we have is our y is equals to the square root of k multiplied by x divide by z. Okay, so y will be equals to the square root of, so in this case our k we still know is 6 multiplied by our x has been given as 30, divide by, then our z is what? Our z is 5. So we have y is equals to, so To make things simple again, 5 into 5 is 1, 5 into 30 it's 6. So 6 by 6 is 36. Then the square root of 36 is going to be what? It's going to be a 6, and that will be our what? That is going to be our y. Okay. So if you want, you can still try to use the normal way of just saying 6 multiplied by 30. You're going to get something like 180. We divide by 5, that will still give us 36, and the square root of 36 is a 6, and that will be our y in this case. So our y here is equals to what? Is equals to a 6. So that's how you go about answering such a question. And just a reminder, once again, we are dealing with questions from variation. It's very important that you understand what it means when you're talking about inversely, directly, or something like that. So um, if it was direct for all of them, let's just try to say here, instead of inversely in terms of y, if it was also direct, you're going to have something like z is equals to kxy squared. So us understanding the arrangement is going to make our answers correct, and this more especially the constant of variation gives birth to all the answers that comes after that. So it's very important that you find the correct value. If you find the wrong value, you're going to lose a lot of marks, including the same part which is for variation. Yeah, thank you very much for watching.